My name's Carrie Luke. I'm Managing Director and Diamond Distributor with Rejuvena International, and I'm here today at the Floating Lotus Spa with Joyce Carrington, who is our magnificent massage therapist, and we also very lovingly call her the Rejuvena Queen. She loves the Rejuvena, and we're here today to show you how to do a quick 15-minute or a half-face demo, and also how you might incorporate it into a beautiful facial if you're an esthetician working in a spa.
First, I want to tell you about the instrument itself. It's got 2 buttons only. It's got a silver bar on the side, which you will be holding on to, sort of like holding on to taking somebody's hand. You're naturally going to have that silver bar touching. If you're doing it on yourself, you do not have to touch any part of yourself. You are your own ground. But if you're working on someone else, you will have to touch your skin to their skin to create that ion separation. So the first button is with the buttons facing away from you and the blade angling in towards you is the ultrasonic exfoliation, 30,000 vibrations per second. Then you just flip it over and now you're on the negative ions combined with ultrasound for the sculpting. Press it one more time and you're on positive ions combined with the ultrasound, or otherwise known as ionizing. And that's the final step, the same sculpting, the same buttons towards you. Now I'm going to do...
One thing I want to point out, that silver bar on the side is what's creating the ground. If you don't have that covered with your hand, actually touching it, you're not going to get that galvanic response that you need.
Okay, and I'm going to do the half-face demo, and while I'm using the product, Carrie is going to explain about it. So we're going to start with the Puro Plus. And we're just going to hydrate the face.
And the Puro Plus is an ionized, mineralized water. And you need moisture to create that galvanic response. And it also has lavender in it to soothe the skin.
You let the machine do the work. You don't have to press hard. It's the frequency that does the exfoliation. And you want to see that mist. So you're going from the outside of the face towards the middle. And when it stops doing the mist, that means you're out of liquid, so you need to hydrate again. And you can do this in an expo setting, you can do this in the front desk to show someone the immediate effects of doing just one half of their face. And then you have to make them wait 2 hours to do the other half, because it takes 2 hours to do that collagen plump and the glow.
This first step, you're only going to do once a week, the exfoliation. It's a 3-step process. You're exfoliating, you're extracting impurities from the skin, and you're pushing in a vitamin C serum. So, in practice, it's only going to take you about 15 minutes a day to do yourself. And you can do this once or twice a day. If you want the best results possible, do it twice a day. And then you can pare back to several times a week once you're satisfied with the result that you've gotten. But each step only takes 5 minutes. So theoretically, to exfoliate half a face should only take you about 2.5 minutes. And you'll notice that Joyce is, let's call it, pushing in towards the face to lift up the dead skin cells, which is called the horny layer of skin.
And then I'm not even going to turn off the machine. I just hydrate again. I will clean off the debris that we have taken off our skin, but then I just flip it over and go right to step 2 of the week loop. This is the negative ion. And now we're starting at the inside of the face and going out. This is where we're going to do that lid lift, though. So you find the bone with the tool, hold it, and then lift. Find the bone, hold, lift. And again from the middle, up and out.
It's just like a spatula. Pretend like you're icing a cupcake.
And you want a very smooth icing, so you're going to have a few strokes per area. And to remember the number of strokes, you can refer to
the user guide that comes with it, which has a beautiful pictorial So it will tell you which direction to go, how to hold the Rejuvena, and how many strokes for each step. Basically, it's the same amount of strokes for each step, and you'll get into your own routine. But just follow the pictures. Later on, once you get the hang of it, also inside of your lid that comes with the Rejuvena is a very nice pictorial showing you the strokes and how to use it. So you've got a couple of references.
There's a little bit of a jowling, same as the lid. You're going to hold the bone and then lift. Hold and lift. On the lips, you're going to plump up and plump down. About 5 strokes per area. And we're doing a short version of this, but
this will give you the general idea on how to hold it, how to apply it to the skin, and the direction you're going with each step.
Now I turn it off because I need to put on the product. And I start with one layer.
Now we're putting on the ionized pure vitamin C serum. It's a non-oily serum. It's lovely on the skin, and it's used to help encourage your own collagen production. So it will help even out skin tones, diminish aging spots, help remove fine lines and wrinkles. And Joyce likes to apply more in the areas that have the heavier lines, like your laugh lines, your frown and squinting lines, around the eye. But then you do want to pat it in all over the face. It's a very, very wet material, so a little goes a long way. And she will actually, when she does a facial, she'll do this step 3 times over to really get a good effect if you're doing a full-blown facial, not for the demo.
I push the button again to the second button. It's the exact same stroke from the middle out. And you're only going to do about 1 or 2 strokes per section on this because of the 3 layers. 3 separate layers of different products or 3 layers of the C. Again, we're doing the lid lift. And on the eye, we're going to stretch the skin just a little because we don't want to go above that bone. So we're going to stretch out and gently go in that same middle, up and out. The same lift of the lip and plump of the bottom lip. And the same jaw and up the neck.
You can do the neck, go out from the center on both sides. You can also do your décolleté. It helps remove what is referred to as the creping effect that the skin has there.
So there we have it. I would do 2 more strokes in a half face demo. Then I show them the mirror and I let them see the difference.
It really, if you don't do a half face and you do their whole face, they won't have a point of reference. And you can actually see a lift and a definition that will happen in sculpting the cheek and in the lift here and around the eyes, and an incredible softening of the skin. So in that 3-step process, the first step, exfoliation, only takes 5 minutes. You're doing that once a week. And that's at ultrasonic vibration is at 30,000 VPS, which is 30,000 vibrations per second, which is what the large esthetician machines are like in the spas that you go to. So it's really quite an incredible device. And that is lifting off the horny layer of skin. The second step, which is negative ions, that's also with the ultrasonic vibration, is pulling out. Negative ions will pull out the impurities in your skin, correct, Joyce? And with this, you're going the opposite way, and you're smoothing like an icing on a cupcake. And you're going to keep misting the face with the Pure serum so that you continue to get the galvanic response. The third, and again, that's a 5-minute step. The third and final step is with the Pure ionized C, and that again is a 5-minute process. That's negative ions. Positive ions, excuse me, thanks. Positive ions. And you'll notice that the sound that the Rejuvena makes is different. It's a pulsing sound, pushing the vitamin C into the second layer of horny skin, and to the second layer, dermal layer of skin. That's where your collagen is produced, and that plumping effect is going to happen.
And you can take as long as you want.
The machine will turn off automatically after a half an hour. It hasn't run out, but it's a safety feature. If you also want to give a demo, if you're at a show, you can do it on the back of the hand, and they can feel the different pulses and vibrations, and also see the smoothing effect that it will have with the exfoliation and then the negative and positive ions. So you can also do it that way.
The reason it's working is that collagen is a spring-like mechanism, and as we age, it gets kind of sticky. So this 30,000 vibrations per second is stimulating it, so that it doesn't have that stuck anymore, and it's going to start springing back. It takes that 2 hours for it to get the full plump, the full spring back. And the more you do it, the more it'll come back to the...
Right. Joyce, talk a little bit about how you can do this now. If you're an esthetician and you want to incorporate the Rejuvena into a facial that you're giving.
We're going to show them with the hot cloth and everything.
Okay.
And that'll be our next video.
Okay.